Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. Today starts another Merry Bookmas reading vlog, so stay tuned. So it is the beginning of another Merry Bookmas reading vlog, and I have an appointment like in 2 minutes. No, 1 minute. So I just wanted to go ahead and get this started, but I'm about to go into Ulta and get some tinsel put in my hair. I thought that would be fun and very Christmassy, and I wanted to get it in before the live show this weekend. So let's go in and get some tinsel in my hair. So I don't really have much to update you on today because I pretty much spent the entire day, well, I had an appointment and then some other errands I had to run, and then I spent the rest of the day editing, and that's mostly what I did on Monday as well. So I haven't finished anything. I can tell you what I'm currently reading though. So I'm listening to Reignited by Colleen Hooke. This is the companion to the Reawaken series, but it's a novella, but it's 0.5, so I guess it's kind of a prequel. And it's rather short. I'll probably finish it, I guess, tomorrow maybe. I'm on page 139, and there's only, well, the page numbers go to 200, but then there is like a prologue. There's a few pages that are not numbered. But I'm listening to this on Hoopla. And I'm also doing my buddy read of A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kimmer. This is a reread for me, so I'm really enjoying it. And I'm also reading on my phone an ebook, or it's an e-arc of Payback by Kristen Simmons, which is the third book in the Vale Hall series, which I'm super excited for, but I'm only like 4% into it right now. So that's it as far as a check-in, and I guess I'll just talk to you tomorrow. So I managed to get some reading done today. I was reading on my phone my e-arc of Payback, and I got to, I think, the start of chapter 18, and that was like the 50% mark. Somebody wants attention. And I wanted to stop there. I'm going to try to get to 75% tomorrow. I finished Reignited by Colleen Hooke. I think this is how it was pronounced. I listened to this on Hoopla. Hi, Katniss. And I'm getting head-butted. This is about like gods and goddesses and like Amun-Ra and Isis and Nephthys and Osiris, and there is this god called Seth who has the ability of unmaking, and he can pretty much wipe things from existence, and he is obsessed with Isis and wants to make her his bride, and she's not interested. She's into Osiris, and Seth is like big bad guy and full on cat butt there. He's bad guy. He goes and marries Isis's I don't know how you say it, her sister, and then he tries to unmake Osiris when Isis and Osiris marry each other. And this is really, it's a prequel novella for the Reawaken series, and I guess it's just setting up for, and I know in the Reawaken series, a girl goes to this museum and this like mummified Egyptian prince comes to life, and there's something about the gods, and I think this is kind of like the backstory. And I don't know, I give this 3.5. It was okay. It was quick. And then I've also been doing my buddy read of this, A Curse of Dark and Lonely, and I'm on page 201, so just lost my bookmark there. Not quite halfway, but close. I'm going to head to bed. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Another book that wasn't on my TBR at all. It wasn't on my wheel, wasn't in my Merry Bookmas TBR, wasn't part of my Have I Read It. I just wanted to read it, and that was Sinner by Maggie Stiefvater. I had it on Hoopla, and sorry if the video is shaking. Katniss is rubbing up on the tripod. Anyway, Sinner is like, I guess the 4th book in the Wolves of Mercy Falls series. I don't know if it may just be considered a novella because it doesn't follow Grace and Sam, which are like the main characters from the first 3 books. It follows Cole and Isabel, and I think I can say this without spoiling anything really, that Isabel's family ends up moving back to California, and so this story picks up where she's in California and Cole goes out there, and he's gonna get back into the whole rock and roll thing, but kind of working on an album while doing this like reality TV show and trying to get back involved with Isabel. And I loved it, and I give it 5 stars. I really, really, really like this series. Like, it is so good. And yeah, I finished that. 5 stars. And I started The Glass Spare by Lauren DeStefano, and I'm 38% into that, and I'm enjoying that so far. I'm also 75% into reading my e-arc of Payback, and oh my gosh, this book is like a freaking roller coaster, and I've been trying to write like in stealth to Clint. We were talking about the book in our group chat with me and him and Kaylani, and Kaylani is behind and hasn't started it yet, so we're trying not to say anything spoilers, but sharing our excitement. And it's funny looking back, like Clint's already finished with it, and we both just been freaking out over this book the entire time reading it, and I'm still freaking out over it because I'm 75% into it, and I plan on finishing it tomorrow. But this book, there's so many twists and turns, and so many things that I did not see coming, and I'm just like this book it'll have you scared, it'll have you sad, it will have you anxious and your heart racing, and and there are parts that just like fry your brain, like what? But in a good way, like, oh, so good. And then I'm also still working on my buddy read of Curse Breakers, and I can't remember where I am exactly in that, but I'll talk more about it later, because it's now like, technically it's Friday the 18th, because it's after midnight. It's like 12:21. So I'm gonna go take my makeup off, and I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll talk to you later. So it's like 11:30 at night, and I just finished my buddy read of Payback by Kristen Simmons, which is the third and final book in the Vale Hall series. And okay, while I was reading this, I was like, I really didn't want it to end. Like, I've loved being in this world, and it's so good, and I would love to see this as like a TV series. It would make such a good TV series. Like, oh my gosh, this book, like, the first book is good, but it's really like just kind of setting things up and just starting to take off. And then the second book is so good, but this book is just like mind-blowing. And there are so many freaking twists and turns throughout the entire book, just constantly, and like, but in a good way. Like, it was all in a good way, and I was dizzy from all of the twists and turns. Like, I was screaming at times, like excited, sad, angry, just what? Yeah, 5 stars. This whole series, I would say overall, is 5 stars. It's amazing. I highly, highly recommend it. So freaking good. And if you have read the first 2 books in the series, well, and if you haven't, you definitely should. But if you have read them and you want to read this spectacular book, it comes out, I believe, February 2nd of 2021. Oh, and I forgot to mention that it's actually set during Christmas time, which was just like perfect for reading, because it's like right now. Okay, I gotta go to bed, and tomorrow is the live show. We have our live show at 3, and then that's the one with the author, and I'm super excited. I cannot wait to talk to Kristen, like, oh. And then later at like 8 p.m. we're gonna do an after hours show with just me, Clint, and Kaylani, just kind of hanging out and talking all about the readathon, and just talking about anything and everything. Kind of a drunk live show type thing. So I don't know how much reading that I'll actually get done tomorrow because we're just going to be hanging out a lot of the day. So I don't know if I'll be doing any check-ins with you or not, but I may film like a little clip from the live show. All right, I'm going to go. I need sleep. I'll talk to you later. So I'm getting ready for the live show later, and while I was doing my hair and makeup, I was listening to the audiobook of A Curse so Dark and Lonely, which is my buddy read. I think last time I read it, I physically read it, and so I'm listening to it this time, and we're supposed to read through chapter 47 today. Now in the book, chapter 46 just looks like this monster and nothing. But in the book, in the audiobook, it's way creepy. And I put it down to like normal, like 1 speed, so you could hear what it's like supposed to sound like, I guess. I personally listened to this at like 2 times speed, but I just wanted to play for you the monster part.
Chapter 46. Monster.
Creepy, right? Okay, I'm going to listen to the next chapter of this, and then I'm pretty much ready for the live show, and it's not for like about 3 more hours. So I don't know, I'm gonna read or something else. I'll talk to you later. yesterday, the hangover was strong. I literally wasn't able to get out of bed until like 3:30 in the afternoon. I spent the day laying in bed. Marty was awesome and brought me breakfast in bed and kept me a steady supply of water to rehydrate myself. And then when I finally did get up out of bed, I just worked on my paint by number, and I spent the day listening to some audiobooks. So first, let's recap what else I've read this week and the challenges they completed, and I'll get into what I finished yesterday / this morning. So the first thing I read was Reignited by Colleen Hooke, or Hoke, I think is how it's pronounced. And I think I gave this 3.5 stars. This was one of my Have I Read It's. Then the next thing, I listened to the audiobook of Sinner, which is the 4th book in the Wolves of Mercy Falls series, and I gave that 5 stars, and that wasn't on any TBR, I just really wanted to read it. And then I read my e-arc of Payback by Kristen Simmons. It's the 3rd and final book in the Vale Hall series. Love it so much. Like, I would give it 9 out of 5 stars. So good. And you should definitely go check out that live show if you haven't already. And Payback completed my Underneath the Tree, Read a Book Gifted to You, or Gift Yourself a Book, and that was gifted to me by Kristen Simmons, and she's amazing. Then I finished my buddy read of A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kimmerer, and I give this 5 stars yet again, and I'm really looking forward to continuing the series, and I cannot wait for the 3rd book to come out. Like, oh my goodness. And this completed Silent Night, Don't Judge a Disability by Its Visibility, Read a Book with Disability Rep, and our main character Harper, she has cerebral palsy, and if you don't know, this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's kind of set in parallel worlds. So Harper is from Washington, D.C., and Wren, our prince, is from this other world, like this parallel world called Emberfall, where it's like castles and knights and that kind of stuff. And Wren is cursed to become this beast, and the only way to break the curse is for somebody to fall in love with him. And so he sends Gray, his like head guard, to find him girls and bring them back. And so Gray goes to this other world, Washington, D.C., to get a girl and bring back. And anytime Wren becomes this beast, he kills his subjects and all of this stuff, and there's like nobody left in the castle. He's killed his entire family. He's killed a lot of people out in the towns and stuff, and Gray is the only one that's managed to survive, and he kind of tries to lead Wren away from everybody. And the girls usually flee home, or sometimes they die. And then the seasons reset and it starts all over again. So this particular time, Gray goes to DC and he's trying to bring this girl back when Harper stumbles upon him thinking that he's doing something nefarious, and she stops him, and she ends up being the girl that Gray brings back, and she is not okay with it. She is not swooning and stuff like the other girls do. She is wanting to fight. And this is just so much fun, and it's such a good book. And the first time I read it, I gave it 5 stars. And then I read the second book and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's even more 5 stars. So I'm really looking forward to reading the next one, or rereading the next one. I was listening to the audiobook of The Glass Spare by Lauren DeStefano, and I think I'd give this 3.75. This is the first book in a series, and I am interested in continuing the series. It's about a girl, a princess, who the king uses as a spy because nobody actually knows what she looks like, because she doesn't look like her brothers, and she can go out into the city and things like that without being noticed because she doesn't look like any of them. And they make the princess sound like she does look like her brothers, and she never wants to leave the castle and all of that. But one day something happens and she's attacked, and when she's attacked, she turns the man to rubies, and she's like, what the crap? And then next thing you know, everything she's touching that's living, blades of grass turn into emeralds, leaves turn into topazes, anything living that she touched turns to some kind of gemstone. And she sets off trying to find out what's causing this and if there's a way to stop it, and that's really all this is about. Oh, and this completed one of my Have I Read It's. And then yesterday I started The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I finished it this morning. I give this 4 stars, and I've already pre-ordered the next book. I didn't realize this was actually the beginning of a series until I got to the end, and I'm like, but wait, what? And so I looked it up on Goodreads and saw that yes, it is a series. There's at least going to be 3 books that I can tell. The second book is called The Hawthorne Legacy, I believe, and that comes out in September of 2021. So yes, I have pre-ordered that. I think it comes out September 9th. But this is about a girl named Avery who, out of nowhere, inherits billions and properties and just everything from this man she's never even heard of. And apparently he has cut out his entire family from his will and left, his family's gotten some, but like small portions. Like his grandsons, the ones that they expected to get everything, they only got like $250,000 each. And this guy's worth like $46 billion. And Avery has gotten everything. And well, nobody is very happy. Well, I mean, Avery's happy, but other than that, nobody's very happy about all of this. And there are like attempts on her life, and there's all these riddles and clues and stuff that the grandfather has left her as well as the grandsons, and there's like lots of puzzles to figure out, and I'm very interested to see what happens next. This is really good, and I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy this series. And that completed my I Have a Little Dreidel challenge, which is to read a book involving a game. So now it looks like the only challenges that I have left for Merry Bookmas, we have Happy Kwanzaa, read a book by or about a person of color, and I intend on reading Queen of the Conquered by Case and Calendar for that. Last Bookmas, read a book that came out in 2019, and I'm going to read No One's Home. I forget who it's by. But that's one of my Once Upon a Book Club boxes. And that's it. So just 2 challenges left for Bookmas. So hopefully I can get these done in this week. But now I have to go and shower and change and do my hair and makeup and stuff because I got lots and lots of filming to do today. So I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!